Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Draftkings and Fanduel slate for Thursday, February 23rd. We are back from the All-Star break. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Thursday DraftKings and FanDuel slate on these respective platforms here. We are back from the All-Star break with a 9-game slate. All right, so guys, you had your break. Now it's time to restart things up. Football is over with. We're going to go full head on in the NBA. But before I deep dive into this very intriguing slate, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon. If you want the winning bets, sign up for the Patreon right now. Do not miss the plays for Thursday and the continuing on for the rest of the season and even into the playoffs. All right, so sign up now for that Patreon. The first thing we're going to go through before we deep dive into point guard, shooting guard, all the way down to util, we're just going to talk about some of the guys that are going to be out for Thursday. So far we have no Andrew Wiggins, no Stephen Curry. That's going to be for the Golden State Warriors. No Anthony Simmons for the Portland Trail Blazers. No Aaron Gordon for the Denver Nuggets. No Yusuf Nurkic for the Portland Trail Blazers. No Steven Adams for the Memphis Grizzlies. No Devin Vassell for the San Antonio Spurs. No Colin Sexton for the Utah Jazz. And there's also no Trey Jones for the San Antonio Spurs as well. So a lot of guys missing minutes, and that's where we're going to capitalize on the util spot and find value in this slate. So let's deep dive into the point guard position and go on through. At the point guard position, we're going to start off at the top. We're going to go with the 3-point contest winner of this past All-Star weekend. That's Damian Lillard. Now, with the injuries, like I said, to Anthony Simons and Yusuf Nurkic, there's a lot of more weight and usage that's going to be on Damian Lillard's shoulders for this game against Sacramento. We're talking about a high-pace environment going up against the Sacramento Kings that score at a very high clip. And this game should be in that 120s area, going back and forth. As you can see, Portland does not play any defense anyway. So against the Lakers, 127-115. Against OKC, 129-138. Against the Warriors, 125-122. So these are the games you want to focus in on. Lillard is going to have a lot of weight on his shoulders to put up big, huge numbers here. We have technically 3 out of the last 5 games here were nearly 60 fantasy points in production from Damian Lillard. He should feel great coming off that 3-point contest. He's going to definitely chuck up a ton of threes in this game. I love him. If we want to pay up at that point guard position, he's going to be a guy we're going to key on. Another point guard we're going to look at will be Jordan Poole with no Stephen Curry. Obviously, Klay Thompson has been very mediocre this season, and not much scoring power there, especially with Andrew Wiggins out. Jordan Poole is going to be that number 1 guy in this offense running the show for the Golden State Warriors. If you want to save a little bit of salary, you're saving $2,000 here, going down to Jordan Poole at $9,100, playing 30-plus minutes here. We want him to obviously have a great night of 3-point shooting, which he is going to do automatically. You need him to chip in the assist department, and hopefully you can get a handful of rebounds there. And we're looking at a fantastic night. We get 50 fantasy plus points from Jordan Poole. This will be a smash spot for him going up against the Los Angeles Lakers, which is a very top tier matchup. If we're looking at fantasy points allowed to that point guard position, we're going to flip it around here. The Lakers are second, all right? Second worst in the league, okay? 48.87 points to that point guard position, and that's going to be Jordan Poole. So definitely love him there. for the shooting guard position, we're going to save a little bit of salary here. The guy that I like coming back from a little bit of an injury, and this is their hotshot shooter here for the Toronto Raptors, and that's going to be Gary Trent Jr. here, going up against these New Orleans Pelicans here at $6,100 in salary. He should be a guy that's like almost right in the middle there that you should definitely go get and fill in the middle of your lineup so you can afford some of the higher, more expensive guys, like I just spoke about, like Damian Lillard or Jordan Poole. Gary Trent Jr. should be providing a lot of upside in this matchup against these Pelicans. Has dual eligibility, shooting guard and small forward. And in the previous matchup already that he played against these Pelicans, 33 minutes, 12 of 20 shooting, 60% from the field goal percentage, 6 of 11 from that three-point line. He came through with 46 fantasy points. This is why I want you to hone in on Gary Trent Jr. for Thursday. Definitely has that upside to go for another 40 bomb in this game against the Pelicans. The next guy at small forward will be Cam Reddish, who they got in the trade from the New York Knicks. And here, this is more support for Damian Lillard. No Anthony Simmons. We have a question mark on Jusuf Nurkic. He's going to be out as well. Someone needs to step up, and they didn't give him a lot of play in New York. If he gets the minutes, he has the ability to put up fantasy points. He's mainly a shooter, okay? So, FanDuel, you get a little bit of bump on the three-point shooting, and you get that on DraftKings as well. So if you want to save some salary, this is more of a util play here. 3,600 for Cam Reddish. He's going to see a lot of minutes. He's going to see 30-plus minutes. He needs to catch in on the threes. He's going to get the opportunity. So hopefully we can get some more assists, some more rebounds there to go along with the threes he's going to be shooting. But I'm definitely willing to take the risk on Cam Reddish at this price, all right? Going over to the power forward, I have a few guys here for you. We're going to go back to the well here. Jeremy Grant for Portland. I want to take advantage of where there's a usage bump, okay, with guys that are out. This is going to be the number 2 guy here. It's going to be Jeremy Grant and Damian Lillard playing that 1-2 game there. I did speak about Cam Reddish. He's going to clean up after that. But 6,900, and we've yet to have him go off. All right, Jeremy Grant was supposed to be good support for Damian Lillard in this offense. He's played decent. All right, he's scoring points, which is fine. He has back-to-back games of over 20 real points, but we need him, especially when Nurkic out. He's gonna need to provide double upside. All right, if he's chipping in 20 points with 10 rebounds, then we're cooking with something very nice at $6,900 in salary. I'm going to believe that he can do that against the Sacramento Kings, who are not really big in that front court. You do got to deal with Domantas Sabonis, but he's not that huge type of guy. But he has a great knack of getting rebounds. Jeremy Grant can bang with him down there, and hopefully he can get you a double-double in this one. I definitely want to take a shot on that in this game for Jeremy Grant. All right, another power forward we're going to look at will also be Jaren Jackson Jr. And the question about him at $7,800 in salary is going to be foul trouble, all right? That's always his Achilles heel. As you can see in the past 5 games, he has 4 against the Jazz, 6 against Boston where he fouled out, 5 against Chicago. Toronto, that was fine. 3 and 2 in those 2 games against Minnesota and Toronto. That's what you want to see there. But he has a lot of upside with no Steven Adams. They're going to rely on him more to getting rebounds. And if he's knocking down those threes, which he has the ability to, this is a big man that can hit threes at a very good clip here. I love Jaren Jackson in this matchup at $7,800 in salary. And in the previous matchup against the 76ers, in 26 minutes, he had 42 fantasy points, all right? He played sparingly, but still came through, all right? You got to watch out for those fouls. He had 5 fouls in that game. That's why he only had 26 minutes. But if he is clear out of that area, then we're looking at another 40, even 50 bomb from Jaren Jackson, all right? Let's move on to the centers. And the guy I want to key in on will be Jakob Poeltl here, going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. They obviously acquired him in the deal from San Antonio, and he came through. Okay, and against Orlando, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 blocks, 1 steal. This was a great acquisition. Toronto was really missing a solid big there. Pirtle can put up points, he can rebound, and he defends the ball very well. He's gonna block at a very high clip as well. As you see, he's almost averaging a double-double and about 1.2 blocks per game. This was a perfect get for them. And if he can provide high upside like this, like he did against Orlando, then we're looking at Toronto Raptors turn around the second half of this season. So at 5,900, definitely want to take advantage of him. I believe he's going to definitely bump up to a higher price as we go along at the end of this season. All right. One more center before we go over to the util spot. That'll be Domantas Sabonis, who I talked about at 10,100. You're going to pay up. If you want to pay up at the center position, he's a guy you want to have in all facets. The offense runs through him and De'Aaron Fox. Obviously, he's a great passer, great scorer as well. He's going to give you double-digit rebounds, as you can see, 24 and 15 and 7 against Phoenix. That was an outstanding performance. He played poorly the first game against Portland. That's because he got in foul trouble, right? He fouled out of that game against Portland. This is going to be a bounce back situation, so don't be shy going towards him at $10,100 in salary. Let's go on to FanDuel and the util plays. For the util and value guys, you need to play on DraftKings and FanDuel. These are the guys I want to go over that are going to be getting a usage bump with a lot of starters that are going to be out. Ty Jerome is going to be the first guy we're going to talk about for the Golden State Warriors. Basically, he is the backup point guard. So with Jordan Poole getting a ton of minutes, obviously, if things get out of hand, or he's going to get worked in either way. So he's going to see a bump around that 20 to 24 minute range, and he's going to come through and be very crucial with the second unit for the Golden State Warriors. I like him at his price at 4,400. He has the ability to shoot threes as well. So prior, he was getting 16, 18 minutes. I expect him to get 20 to 24 minutes in this game with the guys that are going to be out, with Stephen Curry out and Andrew Wiggins. They might have to go a little bit smaller here, and they're going to be relying on a second guy here that I'm going to talk about, and that's Dante DiVincenzo. He's going to move into the starting lineup. He has the ability to shoot and knock down the three. He's going to play a very similar role like he did with the Milwaukee Bucks, knocking down, just being a scorer for that team, especially with Andrew Wiggins going. So he's going to need to come through in that point production area there. He might chip in with a few rebounds, as you see, 4 rebounds a game that he does average, and a little bit of assist as well. So we get a handful of assists from him. He has a game where he has 7 assists against OKC. So there is upside in him. 25 against Washington, 30 against Portland, 29 against the Thunder. So I have no problem going towards him at 5,300. The next guy we're going to talk about will be Shaedon Sharpe. So you could go with the value on 2 particular teams really deep on the Thursday slate with the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are a little bit of a better environment. That game could go into overtime. It would be a very, very high scoring environment between the Trailblazers and the Kings. But Shaedon Sharpe, their rookie, has a lot of upside here, and he really could explode at 4,500, getting an opportunity to play more minutes. All right, with Aaron Gordon out, we're going to look at Vlatko Cancer at 4,600. I don't think they'll bump him up to the starting lineup. We'll see as it gets closer. But it is official. Aaron Gordon is out. Vlatko Cancer will be getting a bump in minutes. Okay. Talen Horton-Tucker, this is where you can get a little bit of value here. He's technically a small forward, but they use him as a point guard. They use him as a point guard with the LA Lakers as well. So Horton-Tucker is going to see a bump in usage here, and he's going to be running the offense as well. They don't have Russell Westbrook, who got traded to the Clippers. They don't have Colin Sexton, so they're really short at the guard department. He has a background in playing point guard. So Taylor Tucker, you get you a guy that's going to get a ton of assists at the small forward position. I love his price at $5,600. And then last but not least, we have Brandon Clark, the backup center for the Memphis Grizzlies, but now he's going to be the starting center. All right, we'll see if they move Xavier Tillman, but if they start Tillman, you know that Clark is going to come in and provide high energy. He's going to see 25 to 30 minutes in that game anyway against the Philadelphia 76ers. They're going to need him and his energy to go up against Joel Embiid with Steven Adams out. Brandon Clark is going to be a great play at power forward and center if you're looking at the DraftKings lineup. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget about that Patreon. I want you to lock in on these plays for the rest of the NBA season and going into the playoffs, all right? Also, we're going to go heavy on the NFL draft coming up. We're going to see a ton of content on the NFL football draft. So that's going to be the focus as we go along in the next couple months. NBA and the NFL football draft. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.